Hi everybody, this is Tracy Sigler. I'm going to be working with you on the DEI 620 class, this 8-week session. Sorry that we're getting started a little bit late. I had some problems getting me set up in the Mercer system. So I want to take you through just an introduction of the first module in the syllabus. So I'm reading in the second 8-week session. So I am in South Carolina, so I'm not on your campus. So I've got an email address through Mercer, and then I've also given you my cell phone in case you have questions that come up that we need to take care of. So the textbooks, there's 2 textbooks. They're not textbooks. They're popular press books that we'll be using, and then there's a Harvard course pack that is, you go online and it's $25.23. We're also going to do an inventory that I'm going to provide to you, and I've given you some additional readings if you're interested in these topics that you might check out later. So our assignments, we're going to be doing every week or every module, a discussion board, a written assignment, and a journal. And then at the end of the session, you'll be doing a personal learning plan to figure out how to continue your work on becoming an inclusive leader. So at the end, for each week, we're starting on the 19th, so I've changed all of these assignments to be due along with Module 2. But here are your reading assignments. Some are linked in the module, and some are part of the Harvard Business Review packet. So let's go ahead and take a look at the module. So first, there's a start here, a little bit of information about me, but I'll also do an introduction for the discussion board with all the rest of you. So the first module is probably going to overlap with some of the things that you did in the first 8-week session. So here, basically, this is learning about terms, learning about the issues, which most of you are probably already up on. So the materials here are the 10 best, actually the first 5 articles in the 10 best reads. A couple of primers, again, you might already have that knowledge, and then this article from Harvard Business Review, Diversity Doesn't Stick Without Inclusion. So your 3 assignments, there's a discussion board, a written assignment, and a journal. So let's see if that'll work. Get my picture out of there. Okay, so I'm going to have you introduce yourself using the survey about different experiences of being similar and different. So it'll make sense to you once you go through the survey and answer the questions. So it's anonymous. There's no right or wrong answers. It's just asking you about your experiences. So first do the survey, and then using the kinds of questions that you answered on the survey, post your personal introduction here. Okay, so usually discussion boards, we have the first post due on a Wednesday and the rest due by Sunday, but the first week is so different that we'll just make everything due on the 30th. So that's your discussion board this week. Introduce yourself and respond to 2 other posts at least. It might be interesting to read everybody since this is a small class, but then again, I think you've all been together for a class, so you might know this information about one another. And you might have actually already talked about this in your first session, but I would like to know what you think here. Based on your experiences in the first 8-week session, your life experiences, your work experiences, why is this an important topic? And since you're all in the certificate, I have to assume you will say it is. And so I'd like to hear a little bit about your experience there. And then finally, in the first module, we're going to ask you to reflect on your self-awareness. So read, if you're not familiar with the Joe Harry window, read that short description, and then answer the following questions. So the journal and the written assignment are just between you and I, so you feel free to share as much or as little as you're interested in. and post your response here. So all of the assignments have a grading rubric, and so there are 3 rubrics that carry through the entire session. So that's the introduction to Module 1, and look for more as I get the Canvas site built. I look forward to working with you.